How's it going, Tube Tech students? It's your boy Diddles, and I would like to welcome you back to another episode of Dramatic Diddles. Now, we're giving Sonic's Ultimate Harem a rest. I decided, why don't we go to another fandom that I considered myself a very big fan of, one of the only 3 fans of this show on the earth. That's right, we are returning to the Littlest Pet Shop fandom, and today I have a wonderful fan fiction. The title gives us a good glimpse into what we are in for today. This story is called A Dog and a Panda Serve a Skunk.
I mean, honestly, if that doesn't tell you all you need to know, then I don't know what else to tell you.
So, without any more distractions, start up the music, and let's get this story underway. It was a boring day like any other in downtown city, with the small pet shop opened but mostly empty. The only sign of life were a few barely audible grunts that came from the supply closet inside the daycare area. It turned out to be Pepper, who was sitting down on her haunches, leaning back against the old gray wall of the room as she plunged her digits deep into her moist rose.
One, I hate that description. And 2, I just want you all to remember, this is a skunk.
The motions were rapid and short, and her shimmering lips oozed with honey, covering her fur, leaving it tangled up and wet to the touch, with a few droplets falling to the floor while she grinded her crotch against her paw. Her velvet walls hugged and clenched around her digits while multiple sexual fantasies stirred inside her head, coaxed a series of moans and grunts, desperately trying to reach climax. Pepper sighed in defeat as she retracted her paw from her crotch as her juices have formed a puddle around her. She breathed heavily in frustration and hunched over, still feeling her pussy burn to her core and disappointment of not being able to come burning in her spirit. Before Pepper could think about her failures, she saw the closet door swing open from the corner of her eye, making her tense up like a statue and her blood run cold at the aspect of being found out. She quickly discovered her 2 friends Zoe and Penny Ling standing in the doorway menacingly with wide grins and half-lidded eyes. "Hey guys," she stammered, sitting up trying to act nonchalantly, wondering at what point they arrived at the shop and why she didn't hear them sooner. What are you up to?" Pepper said as she stood up, walking closer to them, wiping the cum off her paw.
Wait, I thought she said she couldn't come.
Pepper said as she stood up, walking closer to them, wiping the cum of her paw on the floor, hoping they wouldn't notice. "We want to please you, Pepper." "Okay, Penny Ling, cutting straight to the point. This is why I like you, baby." "We want to please you, Pepper," Penny simply declared, wearing her usual wide smile. The gray mammal was taken back by the remark, but still tried to walk out the closet, only to be stopped again this time by the purple pooch. "Don't try to deny it," Zoe spoke. "Your growing scent makes it all the more obvious that you're in heat. We just want to help you, Pep. Simple as that," she said, getting closer and closer to her friend. Pepper began to back away from the other pets with a scarlet blush running across her face, after finally understanding their intentions, until eventually bumping her backside on the cold gray wall, startling her and slipping on the ground. It's just that I never mated with another girl before, let alone 2, she admitted. She felt her insides burned immensely while avoiding eye contact due to her nervousness. "Well, there's always a first time for everything, Pep," Zoe cooed after plopping her body next to her skunk friend and started to stroke her belly. Penny positioned herself right in front of Pepper's crotch, seeing her moist rose petals already dripping and her unique musk filling her nostrils. I almost threw up reading that.
Oh, Absolute Unit uploaded. Nice. He's my dad.
The skunk felt like her heart was just about ready to burst from her tiny chest from the anticipation and the secret arousal the entire situation gave her. After what seemed to last an eternity, Penny gave a long lick from the base of Pepper's slit all the way to her tiny clit, sending shivers down her spine. The small panda bear then pressed her maw against the slit and proceeded to slowly explore the insides of the skunk's cavern, receiving a long moan in return. She relished in savoring her friend's delicious love juices until eventually feeling her friend's hips beginning to rock to meet the maw's movement. "Doesn't it feel so good to try new things, Pep? Especially when it's with people who love you?" asked Zoe, taking Pepper out of her bliss and remembering her of that. Sorry, had a little bit of a stroke there. Let's try that one more time. Especially when it's people who love you, asked Zoe, taking Pepper out of her bliss and remembering her of that she was still leaning against her body, combing the skunk's silver locks. The gray skunk failed to speak, only being able to moan and groan from oral treatment. Later, Penny changed her position as to leave only her tongue penetrating to permit Zoe's purple paw to trail down her friend's long belly to pinch her pearl, resulting in a yelp from Pepper, severely multiplying her pleasure. For the next few minutes, Pepper was riding her Penny maws. Wait, what the fuck did you just say to me? For the next few minutes, Pepper was riding her Penny's maw, grabbing paw-fills of her head, fur, as to cram more of her skilled tongue inside of her, and her toes curled and her hind legs twitched, all signaling her upcoming climax. All the while, Zoe kept up with the skunk's hips and massaged her clit, very glad with herself. Soon enough, Pepper gave one final thrust into Penny's mouth as her flower released all of the pent-up cum outwards, and its fleshy insides tried to milk the panda's tongue as if it were a cock. No. The massive orgasm rocked Pepper to her core, and she was riding it for all it's worth, having her moans become louder than the last. In order to not be found out by someone, Zoe took Pepper's loud maw with her own to quiet her friend. The gray mammal's moans slowly died out as she continued to hold on to the other's maw and then proceeded to wrestle with her tongue. After a while, Pennyling sat up after having swallowed as much cum as she could. She watched both of her friends disconnect their lips with the thin line of saliva still lingering between them while they stared into each other's eyes in silence. The purple panda then crawled her way to Pepper's side to lean against her body. She began to cuddle with her friend, interrupting whatever emotional moment she may have had with the other tiny pet. Zoe and Penny stayed seated next to Pepper, calmly listening to her afterglow pants for some time. Proud of their achievement. Thanks, guys. They heard the skunk whisper before fall asleep, sandwiched between them. Yeah, I don't know if this person has a pet, but I just want you to check them out just to be safe. Yeah, just to be safe. Their name on fanfiction.net is CoinOp. Yeah, okay. All right. You're going to come to my house too? Because I read it. Well, I didn't read it. I just I heard from a friend who said that they read it. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. My address? No, you see, I'm telling you, I didn't read this story. Oddly enough, this story had the exact opposite problem of Lil Sonic's stories. Too many synonyms. Just, they couldn't pick a word and stick with it. It was constantly going back and forth. It was either pussy, rose, flower, pearl, clit, just every word under the sun. They found every synonym for every word and made sure to use it within this short, less than 1,000-word story. Punctuation was pretty good. You could have used some more sentence breaks, but honestly, there weren't too many run-on sentences. I was able to understand it. Grammar, like I said, tone back your thesaurus usage, and you'll be good. I'm sure you'll come up with amazing stories for people to read. So, content in character. I don't think they watched the show, considering they didn't say a single thing this entire story that would make you say, oh, it's this character. The only reason I knew that these were these characters was because they constantly said their name. Like, they took LPS off of Netflix, so I haven't watched it in forever. I don't even know if Zoe ever called Pepper Pep. I don't even know if that was a thing that she did. And Penny Lane coming right out the gate with, we want to please you. I don't know about that one, Chief. I really don't. I don't know about that one. I've never known Penny Lane to be such an upfront individual, so I don't really think that's something she would do. But overall story, let's see The final grade for this one is going to be a 0 out of 10, because the entire time I read this, I'm like, damn, I'm really reading about animals fucking each other. This is where my life has come to. So for writing an LPS fan fiction, you get a 0 out of 10 this week. But don't worry, write about anything else and it'll probably be a 9 out of 10 if you follow the advice I gave you. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Dramatic Diddles. Class is dismissed. Don't forget to check out the Patreon on your way out and leave a like. So with that being said, until next time, diddle out.
Try